Hey, what's up, everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again. Today we're doing another edition in my series where I talk about 5 random CDs from my collection, 5 random albums from my vast CD collection. You know the deal by now. I don't even remember what volume this is by now, 19 or 20. I've been doing this for a while, usually once a month. I just grab 5 random CDs off my CD shelves, stuff that maybe I've had in the car this week, or just stuff that I haven't talked about or listened to in a while that I feel like spotlighting in a quick little video. I'll give you a little quick summary of each album and why you should go check it out if you haven't. So without further ado, let's just get into this. I don't need to talk too long. For an intro here, let's talk about 5 pretty killer albums today. So to kick it off, I am going with Angelcorpse and their album Hammer of Gods. So this is the debut by this band. If you are unfamiliar with Angelcorpse, change that right now. They were an excellent band. They only put out 4 releases before disbanding. Like I said, this was their debut. This is more on the death metal side of things, but definitely has a huge black metal influence as well, especially with the vocals more on the raspy side. You could consider this war metal, just very aggressive, fast-paced, relentless sound that is just going to beat you down. The drumming is non-stop blast beats and double kicks. The riffing is just high intensity the entire time. So if that doesn't sound like you're going to like it, you probably won't. There's not really too many moments here for a reprieve. This is just in your face aggression the entire time, but I absolutely love it. You've got great songs on here like When Abyss Winds Return, Lord of the Funeral Pyre, Soul Flayer, Consecration. Front to back, this thing just rips. An absolutely stellar debut. I think they got even better on their next album, Exterminate, but this is an absolutely outstanding debut album that if you have not checked out, definitely go listen to it. You'll not be disappointed. Alright, now we're going to switch things up completely. We're going to go with some 80s heavy metal from Japan with Loudness and their album Thunder in the East. So if you are not familiar with Loudness, this is, like you could classify this as glam metal, hard rock metal. It really has almost an Americanized sound to it, even though they're from Japan. Good comparison would be like a band like Rat or Dawkins, where it's still the focus is really on the guitar. And there are some great guitar riffs here and really catchy songs as well. I haven't even heard all of Loudness's albums. This is actually the only CD by them that I own. I've heard a few of their other albums, but this is the only one that I own, at least so far. But it is an outstanding album. You've got hits like Heavy Chains. Come on, that is a great song. Crazy Nights. Just really solid guitar riffs. It's got that 80s metal sound that I absolutely love too. I don't necessarily love all of hair metal or glam metal, and I wouldn't even necessarily say this leans too hard into the glam side of things. Obviously, they've still embraced that, like I said, Americanized style of this sound, but don't let that deter you from this record because the musicianship here is really awesome. Guitar licks for days. The vocals are really great too. All in all, this is just a solid release by an underrated band that you should definitely check out if you're into 80s heavy metal at all. Alright, we're going to switch up the genres once again and go with some early death doom with Katatonia and their outstanding album Brave Murder Day. So, Katatonia, obviously a very well-known band within the metal spectrum. Me, personally, I only really like the early era of this band. Their newer stuff doesn't do anything for me. To be honest, I know it's very popular, but I just don't really like it. But like the debut, Dance of December Souls, and then this, Brave Murder Day, that's top-tier stuff to me. I don't really go back to too many of their other albums. I know I'm probably in the minority when I say that, but this album here is absolutely outstanding. They brought in Michael Ackerfeld from Opeth to do the harsh vocals on this album because their vocalist at the time couldn't do the harsh vocals anymore. He still does the clean vocals here and plays the drums. The drumming's pretty basic on here. And even the songwriting is pretty simplistic on this album, but it just is executed flawlessly, and the mood that it sets just brings you to, like, you feel their emotion is what I'm trying to say. These are emotionally weighted songs with great vocals from Ackerfeld. Of course, that would he be able to do anything else? No. But yeah, I've got the re-released issue here, which has a few bonus tracks, which still feature the guy from Opeth on vocals as well. So you got the 6 regular tracks and then 3 bonus tracks, which were on a separate EP. But it's nice to have them all in one package here. But yeah, this is some early greatness by a band that I haven't really kept up with. I still always check out a new release by them, but I just don't really go for it. It just never really captured this same vibe. To me, this is the best era of the band. Hands down, feel free to disagree, but yeah, this album is outstanding stuff. Up next, we're going to switch to some folky power metal with Falconer. So this band was formed from the ashes of Mythotine, which was like a folky black metal project, but the members wanted to go in more of a power metal direction, which this band did. This is their 3rd album, the Sceptre of Deception. On this album, they did bring in a different vocalist than had been on the first couple albums. I do like the original vocalist a little bit more than this, but this guy still gets the job done very well. And this is just super catchy, folky power metal. Like, if that sounds like it would be up your alley and you haven't heard these guys, change that, because this is a really underrated band. Definitely go check out Mythotine as well. That's a super underrated blacky, folky band, however you want to classify them. And they kind of took that template here, but put it in more of a power metal style with clean vocals the whole time. I mean, could you consider this somewhat cheesy? Sure, I've heard people say this stuff is cheesy, but I like it. It's fist pumping, it makes you want to drink a beer, and it just brings a smile to my face every time. Definitely go check out Falconer if you haven't. You may be missing out on some quality folky power metal. And then that leaves one more, last but certainly not least, probably my favorite album out of these 5 that I'm talking about today. Going to go with some Canadian black metal with Miserere Luminis and their debut album, self-titled album. So if you're unfamiliar with this project, this was actually a collaboration between Gris and Sombre Forêt, 2 Quebecois black metal bands that then got together to do this project. It was originally going to be a one-off of just this album, but they have since released a follow-up sophomore album, which is also outstanding, and I heard that they are working on a 3rd album as we speak. But yeah, this, while it still has sounds from both of the bands that have created this has kind of done their own thing here too, and it's a much more cinematic and dramatic approach to the songwriting. It kind of flows from start to finish. This is meant to be experienced like a movie in a way, but so it's still got the dreary, depressive black metal sound that these bands are known for, but it brings in some strings, it brings in some different elements to add to the atmosphere. And this is just truly an album that you need to listen to front to back. You would not pick out single songs. This needs to be experienced as a whole. And it's another one that is so emotionally weighted, and the atmosphere here is just captured perfectly. It's on one of my favorite Canadian labels as well, Sepulchral Productions. Yeah, what else can I say about this that hasn't been said before? This is a severely underrated band that more people should be listening to. Please go check this out if you're into black metal at all. You will not be disappointed. A great album. So anyways, that's the 5 albums I wanted to talk about today. Short and sweet as usual with these videos. Let me know what you thought about those 5 albums down below. Give me some of your own picks of 5 random CDs from your collection that you just randomly selected. Have some fun with it. And until next time, Hammerheart Metal Reviews. Out.